Welcome to Luxon Photography. We just took some pictures here at home and I'm going to show you some of these images. So we took some images here on the balcony, and actually I want to talk about the pictures that we took with the flash. And so let's go further. I've edited all these images in under 20 seconds, as always, with all the images that you find in our videos. So here we are. Here we have the images where I used the flash, and what's very interesting, I think, is that the flash is actually very cheap. So when you ask me how much does this flash cost, I can show you here on Amazon. It's this one. It costs 64 euros with the tripod, with the softbox. Everything that you need to take pictures like this cost 64 euros, and you need something to trigger it. But I think it's very interesting because usually when we try to get better images, we look to buy a new camera or to buy a new lens, when actually the light is what's important. When you have great light, the camera doesn't really matter. The lens doesn't really matter. You can use a kit lens, a zoom lens, to get these images when you have this flash. Now I've used a different lens just because I just had it on my camera, but I could have gotten these images with the old Canon consumer camera and a kit lens. And all these images are edited in under 20 seconds. Now here is the before and after. I haven't done so much. The images are nice straight out of the camera. I've just given it a little bit more punch, more power, and I think the colors fit really nice. Everything that I've used here is very cheap. The flash is very cheap. I've used this setup with this background, which also is very cheap. You actually can see it. It's not very large. And I think it's a nice way, especially in winter when it's really cold outside, to have a setup that you can use indoors. And this setup you can put anywhere. You just need some electricity, some power. Wherever you have power, you can set this up very easily. You see, let's go back to this image. Here's a small frame. We have the light stand, the flash, and some background. We don't even need to have this background with us. We can use any wall. I will show you in a moment where we can use just a wall to get great images. And this is inside a room, and we are at ISO 50, so the lowest, and we get great image quality because the light has a great quality. You get a beautiful reflex here in the eye. The flash is very close, so you have a nice reflex, and we have a nice fall off from the shadow here, and also here under her chin. So we took these images with this dress. We bought this dress in the shop called New Yorker. It cost about 25 euros. So even the dress is very cheap. And let's just go on. Okay. What I also like to do is to add some accessories. Now Christmas is coming, so we can use a Christmas hat just to get a different look and to have something to play with. Now you could use these images for stock photography, stock agencies. We did it just for ourselves. Now here's what I wanted to show you. Now here we have the heating, and here is our bed. And this is very small space. And in that small space, we just find another background. We just use the wall as our background. And sometimes I do corporate shootings, and I use the same flash. I take two of them, but often I only use one and get the same image quality like this. And I use any wall I find there. I used to bring a background with me, but I found it actually being in the way when I carry with too much stuff. So I like to know my gear, and what's a nice way to know your gear is to learn at home. Put up the flash, put your friend, any friend, in front of it, and then see what you can get out of it. And when you mastered it, then you can make shootings, paid shootings, with the same gear. And all these images are done with one flash, which costs 65 euros. And I don't need anything else. I need no reflectors. You see here we took some reflector just to take a look, but I found it not healthy for the image. I like this look much better than with the reflector. And another accessory, the hat. Then we changed the dress. So I'll just go through it. Now all these images you see I've edited very fast, very quickly. They don't need much editing, some cropping, but actually you could use the images straight from the camera, they are fine. I always edit all images I take because I like to give them a unique look, my personal signature, you could say. Okay, so we are still in the same room. We are here in front of a door. Now what's really nice in photography is you choose what you photograph. You decide what's in the frame. Now I will show you an image where you see what I mean. Let's take a look here. I want to show you how the door actually looks like. So maybe we have some photo here. Now this is the before and after, and you see it's not much difference. I could have left the image as it was and it would be fine. Okay, there is no image with the door. Let's go on. Maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Okay, maybe this one. On the left side here you can see actually it's a door, and I've just hung this in front of it, so we use it as our background. And I cut it out and make a vignette around it so you don't really see that it was in front of a door. And we're still in the same room. We haven't changed actually, we just moved around. I took the flash with me and keep on shooting. The setting is actually the same. It's ISO 50, low ISO, 1/160th of a second, and you can keep that setting, and then you change just the aperture, depending on whether your flash is close or your flash is further away. Okay. So I think I'm really happy with these images. It was really easy to get this quality. And I thought, so here you see it, the setup. Here's the flash, and here is Anna. Here's the background. It's a little bit messy here right now, but that's the great thing about photography. You choose what you capture in your frame. Okay, here we have some other images of the door. Now these are the settings. This is the one setting, this is the second setting, and this is the third setting. Between this heater and this bed, we use this space to take the images. And the beautiful thing is, I then can decide what's in the frame, and I only choose to focus on the backgrounds that I've chosen, and everything else in the room is not in the frame, so it's irrelevant. Now it might be in the way of the shooting experience when there's a lot of stuff lying around, but you don't see it on the images. You don't see the bed right here, you just see the white background and Anna in front of it. And I think we got some really nice images, and it's very cheap. I thought I'd just show you these images and what you can get with a very simple setup. It's just one flash. This one you can buy it for under 50 euros, or for 65 with the tripod and with the softbox, which I've used in this shooting. And so yeah, I think we're at the end of the setting. I hope I could help you just to get a different look on how to get great image quality. It doesn't always have to be expensive. It doesn't always have to be a new camera, a new lens. What I think is very important is the light. And I've always used this setup on weddings with the fun box where we take funny pictures of everybody. I use this flash exactly the same way. I choose a background, have some accessories, hats, sunglasses, and every guest gets pictures like this very easily. That's it.